The Arizona Cardinals 2025 schedule is out. Does it set the Cards up for a return to the playoffs? We're going to break it all down. It's Bo Brock, PHNX Cardinals, and this is what's trending. The Cardinals 2025 slate was unveiled on Wednesday, and the Cards' 17-game schedule is out, and you'll find that it kind of is conducive for a quick start for the Redbirds. The first 6 games that the team plays is going to be against non-playoff teams from the previous season. Then you'll start to kind of see the difficulty level go up, some prove-it games, and then a bit of a gauntlet to round out the 25 season for Kyler Murray and crew. Let's get into it, though. So the Cardinals open up their season on the road in the Big Easy against probably you couldn't have handpicked a better opponent. The New Orleans Saints, who their quarterback position, it's been in flux even before Derek Carr hung them up after suffering a shoulder injury. But now they've got some unproven quarterbacks as their roster stands right now. They could certainly add between now and then. You could look at the likes of Kirk Cousins potentially. I don't think they're going to be in the business of Aaron Rodgers. But as it stands, they've got a couple former Arizona high school products who made their way through a couple stops over the collegiate ranks. Spencer Rattler, the second-year player, didn't show much his rookie season as a late-round draft pick. And then the 25, going to be 26-year-old rookie out of Louisville, did have some hype pre-draft in Tyler Shuck out of Hamilton High School. Cardinals have an opportunity to show off their revamped defensive front seven right out of the gates against these inexperienced quarterbacks. And also the Saints roster, it's aged as well. There's some older players on this team that have faded out, and their best days are way behind them. Cardinals are 3.5-point favorites on the road against the team that finished last season on a 4-game losing skid. They had the coaching change. I don't think Kellen Moore is in his place for success early on. Jonathan Gannon crew, chance to set the tone early on and continue that into their home opener in week 2 as the Carolina Panthers come to town, and the Cardinals have a chance to redeem themselves after the most disappointing loss probably of the 2024 season. It was on the road late in the season, ended their playoff chances. Bryce Young and crew, Chuba Hubbard as well. They with just a brutal loss that ended their playoff chances. They get to redeem themselves September 14th in week 2. It is going to be kind of a homecoming for former University of Arizona product Tetero McMillan, but that shouldn't be enough. Cardinals at home, their favorite against the Panthers, should make their way to 2-0. And this is all about stacking wins to start this season. Next game is on the road, probably the first challenge of 2025 against San Francisco, who's trying to wash the bad taste out of their mouth after a disappointing season, an injury-plagued season. But the mass exodus continued roster-wise for the Niners in the 2025 offseason. Cardinals swept the Niners series last year, including the finale. Wasn't a whole lot of players that were recognizable for San Francisco in Week 18, but the Cardinals took care of business. Can they parlay that success into 2025? Cardinals, they're slight dogs here, but I think they've got a little bit of their number right now and have kind of narrowed the gap as far as talent on the roster between them and the team who's probably their title window is closing here in San Francisco, but no doubt about it, one of the biggest challenges early on, at least in their first 6 games. You got Seattle. Cardinals return the primetime Thursday night football. Could be, of course, the first game for their rivalry uniforms, where the Cardinals are going to kind of take on a little bit of a look at their community. The NFC West, the AFC East are teams that are kind of the guinea pigs as far as these new uniforms. Could this be the first time that they unveil them? But look, they're back playing on a big stage on Amazon. Thursday night football, Sam Darnold, he comes back to State Farm Stadium where he's playing against the Rams and saw ghosts again. Could the Cardinals continue to make Sammy D see ghosts out there with their rebuilt defense? Should be another option there. Plus, you got the Tennessee Titans coming in. Number 1 quarterback off the board, number 1 player off the board in the draft. You've got the Titans come in with one of the more undermanned rosters in the league. Another chance for the Cardinals to put another win in the column there, stack some wins early on, and then you go on the road and you're taking on potentially Danny Dimes or Daniel Jones, Anthony Richardson, my God, maybe even Riley Leonard. The quarterback room is atrocious in Indianapolis, and the Cardinals take on a Colts team with a chance to maybe go 4-2, 5-1, 6-0 to start the season. They're going to need that as they get to kind of the next sect of this season. This is, I think, a measuring stick game in Week 7 as the team plays host to Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers, probably where you envision the Cardinals to be as far as the tiers as they make their way up as an ascending team at this stage, as Monty Ossenfort has built this roster for 3 years. You get Green Bay, measuring stick game at home, State Farm Stadium. Then you get a bye week. Cardinals get a good time bye week right kind of near the middle of the season, Week 8, and then it's back to prime time on the road, a place Kyler Murray has never lost before in his home state, taking on the Dallas Cowboys on Monday Night Football, a Jekyll and Hyde team. People are kind of on the fence where they think Dallas can go. Dallas could be a team that could be on the rise. They could be a team that once again is slumming it a little bit. We'll see where they are Week 9, but always fun to see Dallas in prime time on your schedule. Cardinals then start to get serious a little bit. They've got Seattle. This game's on the road. Week 10, November 9th. Cardinals, we'll see what they can do. Hopefully change their fortunes a little bit after being swept by the Seahawks last year. They need to change that, continue to emphasize taking on divisional opponents. Of course, the NFC West playing the NFC South and the AFC South here, an ability to rack up some wins. Got to take care of business within the division. Then the Cardinals, they're at home hosting the 49ers, the Jaguars in back-to-back weeks, November 16th and November 23rd, weeks 11 and 12. Some pivotal games before you get to a gauntlet finish to the season, a murderer's row for 6 games. Cardinals take on 5 teams with an over 500 record from the previous season, and the one team that didn't, the Atlanta Falcons in week 16th on December 21st, they were 8-9. And in the NFL, they're kind of high on the Falcons. They gave them 5 primetime games. Cardinals go Bucks on the road. They then host the Rams. Then they go on the road to take on C.J. Stroud and the Houston Texans, a team that's been in the playoffs in back-to-back years. That Falcons game, Joe Burrow and the Bengals, that high-flying offense, still a bad defense, but that's on the road. It's probably their only bad cold weather game on the road that they have this season. They go to Cincy December 28th in week 17 and then wrap things up week 18. Could be a pivotal game. The 2 teams that are probably going to be viewed as favorites in this division, the Cardinals, they take on the Rams at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles. Should be a huge showdown. Jonathan Gannon, Sean McVay, Cardinals, they split with the Rams last year. Could have very well swept them if Kyler Murray connected with Trey McBride late in that game. They didn't. They split. And the Cardinals, this could be a big one to take things home. They're going to have to earn this one because of the difficulty of the schedule down the stretch, but an ability to stack wins early on and then some proving grounds in the middle there. But 2 primetime games, probably too few for the Cardinals. I think they earned themselves a Sunday night game, but looking at this schedule, stack wins early on, prove a little bit in the middle of the season, and then earn at the end with a tough slate to take things home. 5 of the last 6 games against 500 or better teams outside of that 6th team, the Atlanta Falcons, that are expected to be, in the mix for the NFC South. What do you think about the Cardinals' 2025 slate? It seems like it's conducive for the Cardinals to punch their ticket back to the postseason. What do you think, and what game are you circling on your schedule that you can't wait to watch? Drop a comment, leave a like, subscribe to PHNX Sports here on YouTube.